You're welcome back to News Desk here on Joy News. Now, the Member of Parliament for Dansia Sokwa and former Deputy Energy Minister K.T Hammond says the report by the Judgment Debt Commissioner was riddled with errors. Now, he stated, among other issues, that the sole commissioner did not question Chachu Chikata on the sale of the drill ship because he had personal relations with him. He was speaking on the Super Morning Show earlier today.
You don't have the time, so we can't go through every single bit of the errors, the patent errors that are on the face of the report. Do you know what I've just found out? Apparently, in 2008, the commissioner, Mr. Yazapo, in open court, said that Mr. Chikata was not only his brother, he was his mentor, he was his everything, and so he would not sit in judgment over him. I'm just wondering, why would he then sit in judgment in the case of the drill ship, when the matter came before the commission? Why would he want to? Because see, the whole exercise, as far as I was concerned, was to find out what exactly happened. If you read the transcript, you see that Mr. Chikata would have been mentioned tangentially by way of introducing the fact that he was present. Nothing at all is said about him. And my view has always been that, I mean, everything that has resulted in this was because of Mr. Chikata. Suddenly, we come to deal with this, and he is not mentioned anywhere. And then we come to see that Mr. Justice Apeu actually says that he is his brother, he is his mentor. Sitting in judgment on him will be like sitting in judgment with over his own brother, and so in a previous case he had decided not to sit. I'm beginning to wonder whether this whole report is not actuated by bias. I'm thinking about going to court on that as well. So you see, when he says that I'm getting agitated about this, it is the realization that things don't appear to have gone right. I mean, with this report. Those are the things that agitate in my mind, and not because there's anything for me to worry about.
Mr. Hammond, are you not attempting to crowbar Chachu Chikata into this matter? I mean,
which matter?
This drill ship matter.
Because, Kojo, well, give me a minute. Well, if we can talk about the drill ship, then let me, without looking at the notes, let me simply, the paper, let me just simply tell you what it is. Yes, Mr. Chikata, the drill ship, the judgment debt in respect of it, and everything, it's Mr. Chikata. It's not just, what was the word you used?
Crowbar.
Yes, no, I'm not high-tech lynching him at all. It's straightforward. The board minutes are here. I mean, if you have the time, we'll go through it. Sometime in about 1996, Mr. Chikata started dealing in derivatives without a word to his board. It turns out that by 1996, he promptly made a loss of about 20 billion OCDs those days. Board didn't know about it. And then we proceed to about 1998. He deals in derivatives with Societe Generale. Before he knew, he had made losses of $40 million. The board didn't know anything about it. As the debts were mounting, Societe Generale decided that it was important if they informed the government of Ghana. So a letter was sent to the government of Ghana, the Minister of Energy, and eventually to the board. I mean, the letter was referred to the board. It was at this stage, in the board minister here, that Mr. Chikata was called to respond to this. It was then for the first time. I hear that he's been talking about the board gave approval. For the first time, Mr. Chikata had to admit that he had been doing something wrong. He had been doing this and incurring this liability without the notice of the board. The white paper does not make any suggestion, does not raise any queries with respect to me or with the sale. To that extent, the commissioner does accept that due process was followed, even though, again, he slips by suggesting that that document I gave him, the document which I said contains the bank statement, he said by that there is an indication that that whole process was shrouded in secrecy. When all the documents that I've given you.
Now, away from that, let's do some other stories. And reports indicate that more backyard poultry have been infected with highly pathogenic avian influenza in some parts of the Greater Accra region. Now, the outbreak of the H5N1 serotype claimed the lives of 17 birds earlier, and another 583 birds had to be destroyed to contain the outbreak. Joining this is MFI Wanama Tiamwa early has been following this beat and joins me on phone now with some details. So, MFI, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Now, have we confirmed any cases yet? You are at the Noguchi Memorial Institute. What have you gathered so far?
I'm actually at the Veterinary Services Department where I spoke with Dr. Kikimoto. He told me, he confirmed that, in fact, there are 2 cases that have been recorded so far, and that's in Tema. And in all, it's about 24,000 beds. You have 18,000 in one farm and another 6,000 in another farm. And currently, as his men are on the ground destroying those beds.
So let me see what I got what you said correctly here. So we have 2 cases of bird flu, confirmed cases of bird flu here in Ghana. Yeah,
here in Tema, 2 different farms.
I see. So what are they doing now? Aside from, okay, well, they do say that they have deployed men there to take a look at the situation. What really are the men going to do exactly?
So they are supposed to destroy the birds entirely, as in kill them, and he's also advised those bringing the birds from the various farms. You are talking about the sellers on the various markets to look out for the signs of bird flu in the birds they go and get from the farms to put on the market for people to buy. And he's also warning the public to be very careful about the kind of birds they buy on the market. You want to check for the comb, the red comb, clear eyes, good feathers, so you be sure you have a healthy bird for the occasion. And we are talking about the Christmas. You know, many people would go in for chicken for their meals. So he's warning the public, but he's also assuring, as far as his outfit is concerned, they are doing everything they can to contain the situation so that the outbreak doesn't spread.
But again, do we know where exactly in Tema these cases were found? These 2 birds?
Yeah, for security reasons, he won't mention the names. He'll mention the names, but he referred to 2 farms, 2 different farms that have been where the issues have been recorded, and the birds they are being destroyed.
When exactly did they get the confirmation?
That was yesterday. He made me understand. They got the information quickly. They arranged an emergency meeting with stakeholders. They had a discussion how to go out, and quickly they moved to the ground.
Okay, so that means as things stand now, officials of the ministry have been alerted of this particular situation.
Sure.
Right. Many thanks for that update. MFI Wanama Tiamwa early following up on that particular story. And the situation now is that there are 2 confirmed cases of bird flu or avian influenza here in Ghana. We are told that 2 birds, 2 cases were tested. 2 birds from some parts of Tema in the Greater Accra region were said to have come into contact with that particular virus there. Okay, so you're still watching News Desk here on Joy News. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you business.